Austin, how much have you been following the Netflix Warner Brothers acquisition?
Very little, if at all.
Okay. The important thing for us to understand, there's a bunch of other little details that we could maybe go into. The thing I'm more concerned about is, so you know, Netflix is trying to buy Warner Brothers right now for $82.7 billion with a B. And with that number comes Warner Brothers movies, studios, and HBO Max. So, however, the important part in this discussion here is Warner Brothers releases a lot of films for the theaters, like a lot of the good ones. Like they're actually one of the larger studios. They're producing films for the theater. The main concern right now is if Netflix buys them, why would they continue releasing films in the theater? They would just all Netflix exclusive, wouldn't they? However, in negotiation talks, they've talked about, oh, no, of course, I know we're buying this company that makes movies, and that our entire business model up until this point was, providing exclusivity on our platform. But with Warner Brothers, we will definitely totally honor a movie theater exclusive window. And
okay.
Yeah, no, it's bullshit. It's what it is.
Do you think they're not going to uphold that part of the agreement?
Well, they will for the beginning. Of course they will. First year, they'll follow they'll do exactly what Warner Brothers is doing. And maybe by the end of the year, they'll be, oh, well, normally we have a 6-week theater window. Well, it'll be 4 weeks. Then it goes on Netflix.
That's kind of what they do with some current films. With, I know their Knives Out franchise, for example, it's in theaters for a little period, and then it's right to streaming. And if that, sometimes it overlaps.
Yeah, that's what's going to
some of their films.
100%. That's what's going to happen. It won't be in 1 year.
Yeah,
they'll honor the agreement. They will slowly parse that out, but it does not make sense for Netflix to do this whole acquisition and then not change the business model to drive more people to Netflix's platform.
Is this deal actually happening? Is this signed, or they're still in talks? Do we know if this is guaranteed?
It is still in talks. There's been other companies trying to buy it, other people trying to block it, saying it would be a monopoly, obviously. Then the people that are speaking out probably pretty hard against this deal is the movie theaters. So AMC, Cinemark, all those type of theaters are arguing against it, saying, hey, for years, the Netflix CEO has said that movie theaters are a thing of the past and are going to go away. If they buy Warner Brothers, why wouldn't they? They're going to ignore the movie theaters and they're going to not release them there. And that's going to kill. That's going to kill the movie theater industry more so than already is dying. So there's talks there. There's also places like Paramount, a couple other companies that are trying to buy Warner Brothers, and even offering more money, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Why isn't it working if they're offering more cash?
Mainly because I, as far as not just a business decision of just, take the money.
Yeah.
Paramount sucks. Why would you sell why would you sell all your IP and all this great stuff? It's like, man, this company sucks. They're not going to do much with it. Netflix actually has a chance at this IP going somewhere.
But aren't they selling the IP? Why do they care about it if they're just selling it?
I don't know. My guess is they're just concerned about it to some degree. I imagine someone up in Warner Brothers actually cares about this stuff not just going into the ground and being because if Paramount took it, do they have the resources? Do they have the ability to actually keep this stuff going and keep paying for all these movies? Do they have an ability to release them? Instead, they're buying it just to block Netflix, which end up just that would just kill the company and everything they have. I don't know if they want to do that.
So your prediction is that the purchase happens and there's a slow transition from Warner Bros. Movies being in theaters, and then suddenly they're there for less and less period of time until they're just fully on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I think within 5 years we're going to see a time where movie exclusivity is like a 50-50. Like half of the upcoming big movies will be released in theaters, and the other half is just going to be exclusively on Netflix, or it'll be for the theater in a week,
Yeah.
and then it'll go straight to Netflix.
Yeah,
but we're just, movie theaters are already having a hard time.
I heard there was a little comeback. Well, obviously, it's better than COVID was, so
of course.
It might just be that it dipped and now it's coming back up from those lows. But I'd be curious to see what the stats are on the movie producers, the filmmakers end, where how much money do you make in a theater release versus how much money do you make after the release in that period of time? Because I don't know what the margins are on a ticket sale versus you buy it on Amazon Prime for X number of dollars.
Yeah.
What does that look like to them? And so there has to be some big incentive to still show this in theaters for them. So whatever that deal is, however they figure this out, I'm curious. We should do a deeper dive into what the breakdown is from their perspective. But well, I am a firm believer.
As far as the math goes, per movie, value per movie, I believe streaming is less. Like you get less money out of a movie if it goes onto a streaming platform. However, for most businesses, they value consistent cash flow, which is Netflix. Netflix is the ideal business of people turn on subscription, you have consistent monthly revenue, you know what you're going to get, whether the movie bombs or flops. If flops or does really well, who knows? That's consistent money. Consistent money is oftentimes more valuable than
box office success, because you can look at so many films that maybe the box office didn't do great, but wow, does it have legs after that? Random example.
The significant example with like DVD sales used to be a significant portion.
That's what I was
revenue.
thinking. Yeah, one example randomly I think of is Emperor's New Groove. The Disney. It's one of the best and funniest Disney films.
So good.
Starts off in the box office, did I think all right or good even, but then its big success came in the DVDs, and that's where it became more of that classic early 2000s kind of thing. But interesting. Okay, so we'll be on the the lookout for this. Your takeaway is we're doomed.
Yeah, I mean, just another death nail in the coffin of movie theater experiences at this point, and that makes me sad. I don't want to. I like movie theater popcorn. I know I can buy the fancy salt and make movie theater popcorn at home, but I don't want to. I like the big screen, but I don't know. It's kind of a depressing deal of it seems to be the most reasonable acquisition is Netflix buying Warner Brothers and Warner Brothers selling to Netflix as far as a business decision goes. Is it a monopoly? No. But damn, it's close. Like I see this deal, like it can go through. It probably will. But
people yearn for community, and the big screen is still a big offer. I think movie theaters are not going to die, but there's going to be more hardship and things like that. So
yeah.